Hello and welcome to Skywalker Entertainment, and since there has been some news for LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga with the marketing team starting to market, which could mean that more news about the game is coming soon, I decided that I would talk about the most interesting extras that you might not know about from LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga, since there are some that I found to be really cool that people might just not know about. So the first extra I want to talk about is the tractor beam. This extra makes it so any flying ship has a tractor beam around it that will suck up any ships near it, making it easier to shoot them, but also sometimes straight up destroys the ship if it is small or weak enough. This extra is a fun one to use and makes the flying levels slightly more bearable. The next extra I'm going to talk about is self-destruct. Now this extra is so much fun to use because if you ever felt that the droids in Complete Saga were unfun to play as or just useless in combat, this extra lets you press a button to self-destruct yourself, creating a massive explosion that will take out multiple enemies, and there's no cooldown to it, so you just respawn and you can instantly do it again, clearing tons of enemies. Another interesting extra in the game has got to be the Super Gonk extra. This is definitely a well-known one, and for a good reason, as it makes the Gonk droid super fast and it gives him a pretty decent sized jump. This one definitely has to return for Skywalker Saga, as it's a must-have for anyone who wants to play as the Gonk droid. Disarm Troopers is another interesting extra, as it makes all Storm and Clone Troopers lose their blasters, and instead it changes into a slightly bent carrot that cannot shoot at all. It's very useful when you're fighting tons of Stormtroopers, but strangely this extra doesn't work on rebels or other blaster users, but it does work on the Ewoks in a certain different way, where instead of it turning into a carrot, the slingshot remains the same, but no mud comes out of the slingshot and you cannot shoot as the Ewoks. Super Zaptor is another extra that makes any character who have a zap gun or zap attack like droids, instead of when they use it, it stuns them, it will actually destroy the droid, or when used on certain enemies that have a weak mind, it causes a Jedi mind trick effect. This will basically make the zap attack better. Now, Poo Money is an extra that only works on animals in the game, which is actually quite a rare thing to be on an animal in this game. But this extra lets you press a button that makes the animal poo out random studs that are random in their value. So it's an interesting way to earn more studs, but it's certainly not the most effective way in the game. Now, the Walkie Talkie disable is one of the most interesting and confusing extras that I'm sure a lot of people still have no idea what this does, since it is such a specific thing that you barely get the chance to do this, so I'll explain it here. So the walkie-talkie disable requires you to play as someone who has a walkie-talkie, for instance the Imperial Spy. And this means when you use the walkie-talkie and you are near tons of droids or battle droids, it will stun all of them in the area for a short period of time. Now this is really cool and interesting to see in the game, as it pretty much makes the walkie-talkie actually useful, and it's weird that it wasn't just a normal ability but was rather an extra that doesn't explain how to do it unless you look it up or experiment with it. But the most interesting extra in the game for me is definitely the Super Astro Mech. Now this one is so strange and so specific that I can't really think of many areas in the game that would be useful. But what this does is it makes the zap attack or zap gun have a really cool ability that when you use the zap attack, it will stun a droid, but the stun will actually travel to nearby droids, causing a chain reaction stun that has a pretty big range, stunning multiple droids in a row. So it's basically a massive area of effect stun in LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga. So I hope you enjoyed my short video on some extras in LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga, and it's getting exciting folks, since I predict that we'll be getting some news for LEGO Star Wars Skywalker Saga pretty soon, and maybe even a release date. So you can bet I'll be making videos on any news that comes out. So if you enjoyed the video, like, comment and subscribe for more ranking and reactions and more here at Skywalker Entertainment. Thanks for watching.